It's so weird. This video that I'm trying to record in now feels like such a uncomfortable phone call or an uncomfortable face to face. Like those of you that know me on a regular basis, they know me. I'm in communication, right? But to just Instagram in general, those that don't really see me daily or talk to me one way or the other, it is like I felt like we've needed to talk. I've had the conversations with, the I don't know, say I felt like we needed to talk. I dipped out for a while. I had to dip out. I was not in a good place for posting. I had kind of fallen off. I was lamenting over a really jacked up neck and dealing with the flu. I will say the one thing about the flu though, I must have got dehydrated because I lost so much weight during the flu. I was like, ooh, and I'm sitting there telling some friends like my new lows. I'm like, I'm at a new low. It's just I don't know. The flu. But I will say one thing I noticed while I had the flu was, maybe it was authentic weight loss. I don't know because I had completely lost my appetite. My appetite was nothing. And it was like, "Oh, wow. This is what it's like to not have an appetite." I mean, even just today driving home, I had a great time. I did a lot of chores. I finally, hey, I got the camera set up. This is where I've been these last 2 months. I have Tetrised my little office every possible way to bring this a little bit bigger camera angle, which only makes me more self-conscious about my weight and my man tits. But oh well. Hey, only the best for you guys. Back to what I was saying. I was off, man. I was off. Oh, I was saying nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Um, I was like, oh wow, this is so great, and I have an appetite, and I wish that was every day. I did start taking the semi-gluten again. There is some confusion between the prescription on the bottle and what the. I need to get a hold of my doctor and get some guidance, and that's on me. That's on me. But it was so awesome to not have like oh dude, it'd really make this situation better. Just fucking eat. No cussing, Russell. No cussing in 2023 on social media, maybe. The appetite being under control was awesome. Like even today, like, as I was saying, we found it. We found it. We're back, baby. We found it. Uh, I had a great morning. Got the camera set up. Did some chores around the house. Cleaned my bathtub. Scrubbed and everything, and then went to my buddy's gym and recorded some videos with Chris. And dude, actually had a great time, and I had a good workout, like a good workout. And something that was kind of cool is I'm starting to feel comfortable around the people that are there, which is great. I normally feel very uncomfortable. Not that I'm necessarily much different. I mean, in their eyes, I probably don't look any different. I don't know. Maybe some can tell I'm moving better. I know I am. I know I am. I know I am. It was a good day, right? Good day. I even sort of really feel like I was finally able to like fully confess I'm struggling with the diet. Uh, and I kind of rebaselined. I kind of put a new plan down on paper, and it was just going to be kind of like a you guys know, a carb cycling diet is what I'm going to do. And oh, good job, Russell. Way to find some other ridiculously complicated, unnecessary way just to reduce how much you eat. Don't judge me. And on this schedule, on Thursdays, I can eat meat and fruit. Good news, guys. I have meat and fruit here. But I must have spent 20 minutes, a good half of the drive home, and a good 10 minutes in my wait, so 30 minutes trying to talk myself out of it. Well, you don't really you just is and blah, 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 and reasons. And it's like, no, there aren't good reasons. I have to get back to where I was. I have to remember I want a healthier life for myself and for my kids more than I want to appease whatever that stupid monster is. And it, look, guys, I absolutely know it makes no sense. I absolutely know it makes no sense. I absolutely know it makes no sense. But that is what is there most every day. It's so stupid, you know, so stupid. But bringing it back, we're back, we're back. Um, I didn't want to fake like I'm doing good. You know, there's been times here and there where I may be somewhat in a stall, or my maybe my compass is a little spun around, but I don't feel lost, right? And I kind of started feeling lost, and I didn't want to be dishonest with you guys, and I you know, and I needed, for whatever reason, I needed to take a break from social media. As I said in that note that I don't know if anyone knows, I deleted that note because feelings and emotions, and you guys said nice things back and awkward. It's so, I mean, like I might do that sometime. I had thought, I really did think, well, maybe I should put this up in the stories, you know, because the stories naturally fade away anyways. In retrospect, I would have put that note. In retrospect, I would have edited it a little bit better and had not so many typos. Is that why I deleted it? No, but it did play a part. And in retrospect, I probably would have put that in my stories. And I may do that in the future, like, you know, touching base with you guys. I don't know. And some of you said some enormously sweet, sweet, wonderful things to me. Just to clarify, I am so proud of my kids, and I am, you know, it's weird because it is the whole being the whole stay-at-home dad thing while Rebecca works. It is it hits. I'm of a generation where that doesn't make sense, but it works for us. You know, it works for us. And and my kids are, man, I don't, dude, I mean, I know it's like the tide, sometimes it comes in and out, but my kids are doing good. And I know I played a big role in that. I know I played a big role in that. And I am, you know, it only makes sense. I'm such a softie and such like a sensitive person, and my intuition of how people are feeling. I mean, like my estrogen is through the roof. I'm a high estrogen human, male, um, which is weird, but it's true. And you know, I'm in touch with them. You know, they're doing good, and that means so much to me. You know, my Randall isn't getting bullied. He got two A's, a B, and a C, which is incredible. This kid last quarter was all D's and F's while he was being bullied, right? Or the quarter before last, the first quarter, I guess I should say. My Rai Rai, all A's and a B, you know, and they're exercising with each other in the morning, and Randall helps Ryan like do his push-ups and burpees, and Ryan helps Randall do his push-ups, and I tell Ryan, I go, it's your job to make sure he sits down and does his homework while you're doing your homework, and I tell Randy, it's your job to make sure that he's doing his exercise when he gets home. And like I know I'm doing a pretty good job, right? And that's feels wonderful. And I have this blessed life where I get to go be around Chris and help him record. And we had a really great strategy session of how we want to make that better for you guys, right? The Chris Bell show. And it's just really cool. It's just really cool. Yeah, dude, I lived a really, in many ways, charmed, blessed life. You know, a friend asked me, do I have anything new going on or anything good going on? What did he say? Anything new or anything good going on? I said, nothing new, but I mean, like everything I have in my life right now is amazing. And it's truly only as cool as I think it is and want it to be. This is cool. I like that we do this. I like that we have this time together. You know, I do struggle to wonder, the whys, the whys. Why am I doing it? Why am I doing it? And, just long story short, about 15 years ago, I started realizing I'm desperately out of control with my health, and I started trying to take it into more serious matters. And one of the strategies I came up with is like, I'm going to find someone that is um you know I can kind of look to. Where are the big guys out there? What are the big guys doing? Because I was starting to get to the point where my knees and my feet hurt. I went for a jog one day and hurt my knee, and shortly after Ryan was born, I had a job waiting tables, and it destroyed my Achilles tendon. I had gotten too heavy. It was a little too little, a little too late. I was on the path. I no longer had my mobility. My mobility had become compromised. And my size, and I was big, man. I was big. I remember going camping one time, and I probably walked maybe a quarter mile, and I was like, "Pff," well, the guys were all going for a hike. I tried to keep up with them. I tried to go with them. Um, I went for about a quarter mile, maybe a half mile, but it was probably a quarter mile. I was like, oh, And this is in my early 30s, right? So, oh, this is no bueno. Turned around, walked back. Maybe that was because maybe if I would have went slower and at my own pace instead of trying to keep up with those guys, maybe I could have went further. It's probably a blessing I burnt out when I did, so I could get back. Um, Dude, my health's been compromised for a long time, and this is the best my health has felt in 15 years, probably. This is the best my health and mobility and physical fitness has been in 15 years. I know I wasn't this heavy 15 years ago, and I know that that's important, and I know that losing weight is a big piece of what I need to do. Um, but as far as mobility and feeling good and moving around better, I it's the best it's been in a long, 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 long time. And it had deteriorated from, we'll say 15 years ago. I don't remember exactly when that camping trip was. Where walking a half mile was hard. It had gotten to the point where me going to my wife just from the parking lot to the movie theater had gotten hard. It had gotten to the point where just going from my front door, at its worst, going from my front door to the dumpster and back had gotten hard. Man, just sliding off a ledge, heading for a cliff, and that's where I was. And it's because I want to say love to overeat and eat junk food. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And leads me back to say, when I was sick, I didn't have that for a few days. It was awesome. It was awesome. I came back. I remember one time too, I'm eating food and I'm like, I was kind of in the middle. I was like, are you trying to get your appetite back? What are you doing? I mean, I was sick. I had the flu. I didn't want to cook. I wasn't keeping up with the dishes. We started ordering out. It's just crazy. Needless to say, I was pretty off in November. Pretty off. As far as been concerned, it's been a little one foot in, one foot out, and I'm disappointed in that. I'm really disappointed in that. It's wild. I was talking a few months ago, and I think I've brought this up. You know, there seems to be this, what motivates us. What motivates us? Inspiration leads to discipline, or inspiration leads to motivation, and motivation leads to discipline, or whatever. I don't know. There's this sense of well, there's a few things I could say, and maybe I won't say them all, just because I don't want to stress this out really a lot longer than it needs to be. Needless to say, finding that it makes no sense to lose my motivation. It makes no sense. There should be motivation every single day. What? There should be. I should be motivated. I should want to get healthy, right? I should want to get healthy. There's um and if it was only that simple, if it was only like, well, of course I want to, you know, not stuffing your face with the inappropriate food in inappropriate amounts should be easier than it is for me. It doesn't make sense. I don't have, I'm not a person of a lot of vices. I may have the occasional unhealthy indulgences here and there, but none to an extent that are unhealthy. Cocaine, just kidding. I guess that's leading me to say I don't feel particularly qualified to be any kind of example for any kind of person, right? I haven't been losing a shit ton of weight. I'm not strong or fast or flexible, you know? I'm barely functionally articulate. Barely. Barely. I can barely get a thought out without completely chopping it up, you know? Like, I get it, dude. Like, as I wrote in that post, there's nothing particularly impressive about this guy, you know? There's not. And I know that. Your guys' encouragement, even though sometimes it feels weird for me, you know? Like, sometimes I feel like I'm just like, you know, I'm not at the Olympics, I'm at the other Olympics. And you guys are, well, that's like not even fair, because there's like some amazing, like, legitimate badasses that are at the Special Olympics. It's just such a off take, such an off take, so inappropriate, so wrong, you know. I'm thinking of I'm thinking about, like, you know, off, you know. I just, I'm a buffoon. I'm a buffoon, and I know I'm a buffoon. And you know, my little 12-year-old videos of me doing I should clarify, me acting like a 12-year-old videos of me doing side shoulder raises. Like, what is this? Stupid. But I do see, for some of you guys are like, no, yeah, that's great, man. Keep going. I love that you're being authentic. For some of you guys, I'm a reminder. Hey, this fatty, some fellow fatty, this fellow fatty can get it. And God, he makes me look kind of okay. He's doing it. I want to do it, you know? Some of you guys, you know, I guess what I'm saying is, we live in a world where there is, we live in a world where there's a lot of heavy people that are getting older, that are much like I was, realizing, hey, man, my youth is fleeting. I don't have a lot of youth left. Let me try to get it back now while it's still relatively manageable and still, you know, relatively capable. And I mean, if I can be that for you guys, if I can provide some sense of knowledge or direction for that, I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to be, because we're not represented very well. You know, I might not be the right man for the job, but there's not enough people applying. Maybe it's like everyone that's good at it gets skinny and then eventually gets kind of snooty about being skinny, right? It's wild. Yeah, I don't know. And that's not even fair. I shouldn't even say that. I can't even put a name to that at this moment. I'm sure I could think of some, but you know, outside of the occasional YouTube comments, there, you know, as far as like anyone I actually mess with on Instagram, none of the people I follow that have lost the weight are pious about that. Everyone knows it was super hard. Everyone knows it's a giant battle, but also they all know it's something that we need to do, right? We need to do. Our bodies are not meant to stay extraordinarily heavy, especially if you don't have an extraordinarily amount of muscle mass to carry it. And eventually it will, and eventually it will start to break down the joints. If you stop moving around and get even out of shape, heavy and out of shape, you know. And I want to help you guys, like you guys have helped me. I want to help you guys get there. I want to help you guys chase it. I want to help you guys find a way to not quit and keep going. You know, there's a lot of amazing people that are out there that are doing that. Most of them are not in this particular phase, right? They're not still super heavy. And if in real time you guys seeing me be super heavy and still out there trying, dealing with the issues that my joints can't really handle the full weight of my body with any real force pushed against it, knowing that, dude, it's a battle, man. I guess the longest point I've been making to is just driving home tonight. Dude, the negotiations are going off inside. And I had to, you know, crazy, right? I was doing this, right? Crazy thoughts. And I had to, someone's offended for that. I know that. You shouldn't be. I had to really, like, come on, dude, what are your whys? What are your whys? You know, we had made a plan. We had made a plan for Thursdays. Today happens to be Thursday. You know what Thursdays are. You know what your diet is today. No, there isn't tomorrow. Today. You made the plan today. You start the plan today. There's no addict behavior. Let's go out with one more party. No, it's ridiculous. There is no tomorrow. There is only today. And I had to find that driving home. I wasn't fully there before I got out of my car. I had to make sure I was there when I got out of my car. And I'm here to tell you that. Not tomorrow, guys. Not tomorrow. Whatever it is right now. Right now, start. But I want to say to you guys, and I want to say it very sincerely, those of you that reached out to me, those of you that take time to converse and talk with me in the comments and all that sort of stuff, those of you guys that wrote some very, very sweet things on that last post I put up, it's very special and very meaningful to me. I sometimes, you know, I just want to say thank you. And I mean this too. I'm here to talk with. Sometimes you guys want to, like, if you guys want to have a message, if you guys want to go back and forth in messages, you know, I'm here talking. You guys are hearing me talk. I want to listen more in messages than I want to talk. Tell me what's on your mind. What are you dealing with? Where are your excitements and struggles? I am thinking about starting a Discord. I know Chris and I had thought about starting one for his podcast. Chris and I have different, we kind of sort of have different people that we're, you know, most of everybody, I mean, people know I do Chris's recording and editing, and I sort of throw him some softball pitches for him just to knock him out of the park and be really awesome and engaging and tell us incredible stories. You know, if I put my effort towards that Discord that he had considered and we had talked about doing, I think I wouldn't. I want to reach people. I mean, anyone would be willing to join and welcome, but I want it to be really, especially welcoming for heavy people that really need to lose the weight, really want to lose the weight. Not to say that Chris hasn't done an enormous amount of good service. I mean, just yesterday, I was talking to someone that was reaching out to Chris, and he's a heavy guy like I am, and I mean, Chris has made an enormous amount of um done an enormous amount of good. He's got his little Carb Warriors text message group that I'm a part of that will every now and then we'll throw a text out to each other. Um, but this is something that I feel called to do for you know, us big kids. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just there's not necessarily an easy way to say it, you know. There's not really an easy way to say it other than that. Like I want to make sure that my energy and effort I want it to be a place where I can really put the focus down exactly like I want to put the focus down, you know? So maybe we should get that going soon. I need to just put a couple safeguards. Um I need to learn a little bit more about Discord. I've had a Discord before. One day it got kind of got hate rated. I know that sounds weird, but it did. I was streaming on Twitch. This was a few years ago when that was something I was doing in the afternoons and nights when trying to just meet some new people and had to Discord all friendly people, all the buddies. Buddy gang was there, and all of a sudden, these guys go in my Twitch channel and say your Discord's getting raided, and they just spam bot some really disgusting and really mean stuff. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I had to I need to figure out how to not let that happen again. I want to make sure that's not something that ever happens again. So the Discord is on the board. It's on the board. It was after getting my camera fixed. So hey, the camera's fixed. And the office is back together. So let's start doing this again more often. I love you guys a lot. I don't really know. I'm not in the mood to make Instagram reels about me walking up and down Mark's trail right now. I'm certain soon, so very soon, I'll want to again. But I do want to keep talking with you guys. And just know I'm out there, though. I had a great workout today. Maybe I just need to kind of find a different way to do it. We'll see. I'd love to get your guys' suggestions. I hope you guys know this means a lot to me. I hope you guys know that I'm very ever grateful for you guys. And I also hope you guys know I'm sort of done making this about me thing. This is about us going forward. This is about us. So however that turns into, however that manifests, I'm looking forward to letting 2023 be an incredible year. So if I don't talk to you between now and then, Happy New Year's, and I love you guys. Bye. Kisses. Bye, bye, bye.